Hi students. Today in class we learned about how to solve percent increase and decrease problems. I'm going to walk you through two examples that we did in class that should support you in getting your homework done. So here's our first example. A jacket was purchased for $45. Since it was purchased, its price has increased by 18%. What is the new price? Okay, so the first step is to determine, is this $45 the original amount of the jacket, or was it the amount before or after an increase or decrease? Was it the amount after a decrease or increase? A jacket was purchased for $45. Since it was purchased, its price has increased. So and then it asks, what is the new price? So the new price is what we don't know. So we're going to call that X. The original price was $45. That's our original amount. Our original percent is nearly always 100%. The new percent. So we have four values we need to know. The new percent says it increased by 18%. So that means we took the whole price, which is 100%, and then we increased it by 18%. So that means the new percent we're considering is 118%. We want to make this diagram. We're going to then label our original percent, which is 100%, and we're trying to find 118%. Then our original amount goes on top. So that's 45. And the 45 goes with the 100% because 45 and 100% are both the original amount and the original percent. Our new amount is unknown and is X. The next thing we need to do is make an equation. So when we make an equation, we're trying to relate the original amount, the new percent, and the new amount. Here is the structure of these equations every time. The structure of the equations is the new percent divided by 100. And the goal here is really just we're changing the percent to a decimal, times the original amount is going to give us the new amount. So we can go back up and look. New percent divided by 100. So we think, what is 118% as a decimal? We move the decimal point 2, or we use a calculator to divide by 100. So that new percent is 1.18 times the original amount. Do we know it? Yeah, the original amount is 45. And that gives us the new amount, which in this case is X. So 1.18 times 45, the new percent times the original amount is going to give us the new amount. We know, because we can use a calculator, that 1.18 times 45 is going to give us 53.1. So then we write a solution sentence. The new amount is $53.10. Okay, now we're going to try a new one. It rained 4 inches last night. This represents a 30% decrease in the amount of rain from 2 days ago. How much did it rain 2 days ago? This one's tricky because you have to figure out what is the original amount and what is the new amount. So it rained 4 inches last night. This represents a 30% decrease. So this 4 inches of rain is representing the decrease. The 4 inches of rain happens after we have decreased. So our new amount is 4, and our new percent is a 30% decrease. That means 100% minus 30%, because we had the whole thing, however much the rain was before, then it decreased 30%. So the new percent is 70%. The original percent is 100%, and the original amount now is our unknown. So we can make our diagram. A 100% is our unknown value, which is X. It's a decrease, so we know that 70% of whatever this value is equal to 4 inches. I'm going to write this in text. The same idea applies for our equation. It's the new percent times the original amount is going to give us our new amount. Every time that can be the structure of the equation. So let's look. Our new percent, remember we're changing our percent to a decimal, so that's 70 divided by 100 is 0.70 times the original amount. This is a little tricky because I'm using times and the original amount is also X. So I'm going to write this as times X. You can put a dot, or we can actually just write 0.70 X equals the new amount, which is 4. Now we have this tricky situation. 0.70 times X is equal to 4. The way we solve this we need to sort of go backwards. So I know 0.7 times some number is equal to 4. That means 4 divided by 0.70 is equal to X. Then I use my calculator. So I'm going to just get out a calculator and put into my calculator 4 divided by 0.7. And I got 5.714285714. So this is a repeating decimal. I'm going to round to the nearest tenth. So I can say X equals 5.71. So the value that goes here is 5.71. And we can look, 70% to 100%, does that increase 4 to 5.71? That feels right. It would be weird if I got a smaller number or a different number than that. So our answer for this is 5.71. The important thing to remember when you are doing problems like this is really zooming in to these first 4 values. So you need, on every single problem you do, to put in these 4 values. One of them is going to be unknown, and you've got to figure out the rest of them. Then you need to always substitute into this equation. That is the key. I hope this was helpful.